a entertainer that is second to none, a man who is a true legend. Just ask him. He is straight from Iran, one of the greatest grapplers that's ever walked the face of the earth, a man who helped start the WWE when it was still just the WWF. I'm talking about no other than the Iron Sheik. Oh, yeah. Woo! He's going to be camel clutching people all night long. Well, for as long as he lasts. But he's going to be camel clutching the crap out of people.
Tell your friends.
Breaking their backs,
Tell
making them
everybody.
humble.
Send the word far and wide.
I love the Iron Sheik. I really do.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated.
Drew, this is like if Bigfoot from Stern, if he was on the show, that's how you would be?
That would be a warm-up for this.
No. I'm saying like
I'd be giddy like
you know
that,
how
though.
you'd be giddy we had Bigfoot?
Yeah.
This is how I feel tonight. Yeah.
I kind of join you in this one. I've seen the action on Twitter between you two.
Oh, the Sheik rips. You best bring me the Heineken, Bubba. I brought him some Heineken. It was
First thing
funny.
he asked.
I don't drink, so I don't have any problem buying beer for people if they're they drink responsibly. But I don't buy beer. I mean, I'm a 35-year-old man. All of my friends can buy their own beer, so I don't often do. I go into 7-Eleven on my way here to get some Heineken for the Sheik, and I put it up at the counter. Guy didn't card me. I was devastated.
You were shocked.
I was like, man, am I really that?
You're that old.
Am I that broke down? Let's start things off with Hagar. I loved your work in Final Fight.
Hagar?
Hagar. Like the
Here we go.
Right on. So, yeah, I just had a question. I got to explain it first. I was actually recently incarcerated, and I was working for a community service at the animal shelter. And I was minding my own business one morning, cleaning the dog cages, and people come in to look through the adoptions, and there was this girl that came in, and I've never met her, never seen her before, but she did look familiar, like we went to high school or something. Well, long story short, we ended up having sex back in the dog kennel.
Whoa! That's
Not in the dog kennel, but
I'm just saying that was a
fast move.
That call escalated very quickly.
Yeah, so it was. I've never done anything like that before, and I, just spur of the moment did it. She was hot. Well, about an hour ago.
Wait, time out. Yeah, you stop, Hagar.
How did you pull that off?
What was your pickup line? Like, how did you transition from, isn't this dog great? Yeah, you'd make a good owner,
Yeah,
to,
you like the Pomeranian,
let's have sex here in the animal shelter.
Well, no, like I said, I think we knew each other, like, from high school. And
yeah, but you can't pull the... Wait, time out. You can't pull the, I think we knew each other after you've already had sex. Did you or did you not know each other?
The pickup line was just like... I don't know if I can say her name over the radio.
No, don't say the name, but how did you go from saying, hey, I think we knew each other in high school, to getting this cage with me?
She's like, hi, I haven't seen you for quite a while, and, I guess this chick is just really horny. Like, this really did happen. So about an hour later, another one of my coworkers came up to me, and he's all like, dude, did you just see that chick that just walked out? And I was like, yeah, man, we just banged, man. I think I went to high school with her. And he's all like, he stopped, went completely pale-faced, and was just like, I had sex with her too. Well, we go back to the pod at the end of our day, and come find out this guy has genital herpes. Okay?
Yeah. You get it from her?
No, he had it previous, but the thing is, I don't know if he banged her first, because apparently this girl was...
Go get checked.
Oh, yeah. No, don't get checked. You have about 2 weeks. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen within the next 2 weeks.
Oh, well, I'm good then, because this happened a few months ago.
Forget it. Jeez, that was a long story to get to the chase. All right.
And even when
extraordinary, though.
Even when we prodded him to get to the good stuff, he wouldn't.
I know.
Hello, Alex.
It's a LoveLine caller, be fair.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Amazing.
Okay, so I have a question. I I don't really know why, how in terms of, this would happen. So I have this friend. I've known her for about, 3 years or so, and, I've only seen her as a friend, in the past 3 years, And then once I went to college, like I don't know, everything started like going like downhill. Like we didn't really communicate that much. So then about a week ago, she wanted to hang out with me because just to say like, oh hey, how's it going? Just to like catch things up with her.
Yeah.
And so I brought her to my house. We were just chilling or whatever, and I guess it led on to sex. And
You guess?
Right. And I was like, okay, well, I didn't really see nothing bad of it because like I felt comfortable with her. I've known her for about 3 years.
Alex.
What is your question?
Okay, well, I want to know why like she would say like because she told me like she regrets having it with me.
Right.
So I want to know.
That means she doesn't want to continue. She doesn't want to continue having sex with you. She regrets it because she wants your friendship, and she doesn't continue to see you in the way you wish she would see you.
Right.
Right. That's it. That's her way out. Who knows what she's really feeling, but it's her way of saying, "Oh, I value our friendship." It's just basically saying, let's turn
Ding.
it back."
Right. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
How does he have sex? Like, how do we get calls from really nice, well-spoken dudes, and I can't seem to get laid no matter what, and that guy has sex? I don't know. The world's not fair. Hello, Tony.
Hey.
Hey, now.
Hello.
Go ahead, please.
What is the goddamn problem? It's been 2 weeks. Has there been a limit to the amount of IQ to people that call? Tony, what can we do for you? Thank you, Anderson.
Hey, my question is seeing, I wouldn't say prostitutes, but is seeing escorts really bad?
Okay, first of all, no difference between an escort and a prostitute, right? Same phenomenon. And is it bad? In what sense are you asking that?
Well, today I went and saw one. It was actually my first time.
Do you have a tendency to get compulsed, like with pornography and that sort of thing?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So when it's part of a progression of a sexual addiction, it can really become a problem. And so what we would predict is that if that's indeed what's happening here, you're going to be doing a lot more of this, and it's going to be problematic for you. So maybe you want to head on over to the website sash.net, sash.net, and look at some of the material there about sexual addiction and see if you want to maybe do something about that before this becomes a big problem. I happen to believe that guy that killed his kid in the hot car,
Yeah.
I think that was because of sexual addiction. If I were pushed to make an assessment.
If you had to make one.
Yeah, if somebody said, what do you really think? You just put your money down. What do you think happened here? I'd say he became so preoccupied with his texting and sexting and pornography that he literally forgot his kid was in the car. That's just an example of how bad S happens to you when you're involved in things that you shouldn't be involved in and you're compulsed about stuff that takes over your life.
Yeah, I met a guy who his child died because he was negligent from drugs.
Drug addiction. Common. That's common.
And he came and spoke at a facility I was staying in. And Tony, I mean, really, it's not that big of a stretch to see someone doing that for sex, or going to see an escort, or going online to beat off to porn or whatever. So
the point is, when you say, is it bad? Well, depends how you want to talk about bad.
Yeah.
I mean, is it going to have an effect on your sort of soul and your psyche? Yeah. Is it going to affect you physically? Maybe. Financially? Probably. And maybe have some real serious consequences that tell you you're not living the right kind of life.
But will it affect future relationships, or even affect my ability to think I could cope with the relationship?
The fact that you're getting into sexual addiction is what's going to interfere, and whatever's causing that is what's going to interfere, if that makes sense. I don't want to say it's the magnitude of your use of prostitutes, though that will, certainly measurably affect things. Ultimately, it's why you're finding yourself in this position and the sexual addiction itself. Okay?
All right.
All right,
buddy.
dude.
Good luck.
Thank you for the call. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number.
So excited.
The
Time.
Roast Rumble, the Ultimate Insult Fest, will be at the Comedy Store July the 17th. That's tomorrow, people, if you're here in Los Angeles. The man hosting it, is the Iron Sheik.
Is he going to warm up a little bit tonight with this?
WWE Hall of Fame inductee in 2005. He helped build what we know as sports entertainment. A true legend. It's time to get Sheik status, Dr. Drew. You're going to be humbled.
I think so.
You're going to be humbled by the 9-inch dong. You're going to be humbled by the 9-inch Persian meat. Because I brought the Heineken, Bubba. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. IronSheikOnline.com, the official website. Bring him in, people! The Iron Sheik, right now on LoveLine.
Don't worry. LoveLine will return right after these words of wisdom.
You mean more advertising?
Yes.
This man, this great man, Dr. Drew, this legend. He will be hosting the Roast Rumble, the ultimate insult fest with many talented wrestlers and comedians at the Comedy Store tomorrow night, July 17th. Doors are at 8 p.m. Tickets are available at laughstub.com. I truly have never been more excited to welcome a guest into the LoveLine studios. Tonight really is my night, Dr. Drew, because one of my heroes, the Iron Sheik, is here. Woo! The Iron Sheik. Sheik.
Thank you, sir.
Are you excited to be here on LoveLine, Sheik? Because we are definitely excited to have you.
Oh, Michael, first of all, thanks for the beer you get for me. You did a hell of a job, and then I'm specialized doctor to tonight, and I'm very happy to be here.
Oh, well, thank you very much. It was an honor for me to be able to pick up the Heineken for the Sheik, because I know that you need your fuel to be able to make for a good show and a good performance.
Exactly.
Yes. Sheik, what do you think of a lot of the wrestlers nowadays, even though they may be great athletes, but they shave their chest and they tan, and it seems like they're not quite as manly as you are, and especially as you were in your younger days?
Well, you said it, Michael. All days was different wrestling than today.
Yes.
But still, young generation, they're doing good, and still is WWE's #1 company. And but for some, I leave it to the people to decide who was good or bad. And I don't have to talk about myself.
Right.
All intelligent American know I was a real All-American AAU champion, Pan-American.
That's right.
And I come professional. And 6 years, nobody beat Mr. Bob Backlund. I beat him in the Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden, 1983, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Woo!
Yes, and then come to the Los Angeles Olympic Auditorium, and Los Angeles also like home for me, a lot of Iranian people, and lot of fun, everybody good, and I'm very happy to be Los Angeles, especially for my, what do you call that?
The roast.
Oh, that's right. The roast rumble tomorrow night. Ultimate insult. You know, Sheik, you're a legend when it comes to not only wrestling but insulting people. I've heard you just absolutely verbally abuse people, really break them down. Is anybody going to be able to compete with you tomorrow night on stage? I mean, I know there's got a lot of good comics, but I mean, when you break out the verbal camel clutch, no one's really. You will humble everyone, won't you?
Absolutely, Max. Yes, sir. I was first man to bring the camel clutch to America and show young generation about camel clutch. And I beat everybody with the camel clutch in my young days.
Do you ever camel clutch the women in the bedroom when you apply your massive Persian 10 inches?
Not very often, sometimes.
Sometimes. You have to break their back with in different ways.
Exactly.
The Iron Sheik is here, everybody. IronSheikOnline.com, the official website. Devin, hello. Thank you for calling LoveLine.
Hi, how are you guys?
Hey, now.
We are great.
Okay, so I don't know if this is really going to turn into a question or if this is just a weird story, but about 6 months ago, I started a new job, and 2 weeks into working there, I started kind of frolicking with one of my coworkers.
What, you started frolicking? What do you...
I mean, I didn't just start frolicking.
What? Why frolic? What do you... Hans Christian Andersen? What do you mean frolic? Did you bang him?
I did bang him, but not right away.
Okay, all right. Well, frolicking just seems a little weird. All right, so you started seeing this one guy that you work with.
Seeing this one guy that I work with.
All right.
And one night, things happened after we had sex. We continued a relationship for about 2.5 months.
Nice.
And a few of my coworkers after the fact had said something to me about him possibly being gay. Comments that he made about certain coworkers we worked with and just weird things, and I started to put 2 and 2 together after we broke up. Well, the other night I'm talking to one of my really close lesbian friends, and she just throws it out there for me. Her brother is super gay, and they've had these crazy conversations about what this male that I was dating has done, but they never told me anything.
Okay.
And I don't know, it just popped in my head. One night I was thinking about, I guess the signs of a gay male. I never. You
know what the sign of a gay male is?
No.
When a guy has sex with other guys. That's it.
And Devin, this is a fascinating story, but let's get to it.
Yeah, I don't understand what you're getting at.
Okay,
You, you don't give him a sex, take a walk, jabroni.
That's right, Devin. If you don't give him sex, you're a jabroni.
Exactly.
I'm a jabroni. Okay, I love it. We ended up sleeping together, having tons of crazy, weird sex. And one night he complimented me on my butthole.
Ah, yes. Did he? Wait. Did he complimented you that it was tight or that it was pretty?
Oh no, I've never done anal. I'm kind of freaked me out. But he told me it was attractive, like it was cute. It was like hot.
Okay.
And
Do you tend to it?
Yeah, I'm a girl. Of course, I kind of have to do that.
Well, I know, but what is it like? What makes an attractive butthole? I don't even.
I'm not even sure. It just totally took me off guard, and I'm just cracking up. I had no idea.
Sheik, what do you think? What makes a girl's butthole look nice?
Well, I mean, all country.
Don't worry, Sheik. I'm confused too.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever seen a girl's butthole that you liked or you didn't like? Is there what makes a good one and a bad one?
Well, if it's nice and form, it's good.
Yeah.
But if it's not, and then it's sloppy, floppy, no good.
Sloppy and floppy. I agree. I think that if your butthole is sloppy and floppy, it's no good. Sheik, are you a fan of anal sex with the ladies?
Can I just interrupt?
Yeah, of course.
Sheik has a way of calling anal sex a different way. It's called the old country way.
Old country style. Old country style, yes.
Country
Okay.
way.
Yes.
And I think Sheik has would like to describe what old country way is.
Yes, please, Sheik, if you could. What is old country way?
Well, old country way, you can have a sex with him and make him humble.
Make him humble. That's
Right.
because it's in the smaller hole.
Right.
I get. Okay. So Sheik is a fan of old country way.
It's dominating.
Yeah, it's dominating. Sheik, you would do Miley Cyrus, right? Old country way.
Probably yes.
All right, so Devin, okay, so he thinks you have an appealing.
I think we're done with Devin.
Yeah, well,
Where are we going with this?
Devin sounds like a very nice girl.
Yes.
I want to.
She's freaked out.
I want to help her out.
We're freaked out. We're with you in your freak out.
I want to help her out because I don't actually know what she's asking.
Here's what she's asking. Do men think about these things? What did he mean by that? Is that right, or is that what you're asking?
That is, yeah. That's
Okay.
No.
Men do think about it only if they're like accustomed to being with a real coos who gets a lot of old country way, and then it looks like an onion ring or something, or the girls that I send you pictures of, Dr. Drew, and then when he sees a girl like Devin, a nice girl who isn't.
You know what I'm thinking?
What?
Should Rudy talk to this young lady?
You've spent too long with her. I mean, don't get me wrong.
All
You're actually right for once.
All right.
But hello, Lewis.
Yes. Hello?
You're on with the Iron Sheik.
Oh.
By the way, the Iron Sheik and Rudy in the same room might be an
It's going to happen. Oh, it's going to happen. Yeah, it's going to happen.
I
Hello,
thought it
Lewis.
might be atomic.
Okay.
How's it going, man?
What can we do for you, buddy?
All right. So I have a question. I have a girlfriend. She's 26. I'm actually 21. So I was wondering what the acceptable age difference would be for most people. I mean, I love my girlfriend and everything, but it's kind of a touchy subject when I bring it up to other people, you know?
She's 26 and you're 21?
Yes.
What do you think, Sheik? She's 5 years older than him. That's okay, right? What do you think?
I think it's okay. As long as they love each other, they like each other, no problem.
There you go.
There you go.
We all
I think
agree.
that's beautiful
And
advice.
It was one thing if you were 20.
You said it any better.
Right. We can't say better than the Iron Sheik.
Of course.
But listen, if you were 17 and she was 22, that is different. But you're both adults, so fine.
Yes.
Exactly.
All right.
Okay.
All right. All right. And I think this is a question that the Iron Sheik is perfectly prepared for. Emily, thank you for calling LoveLine.
Hey, how's it going?
You know.
So my question is, I've been casually dating this guy since about April, and recently we talked about sort of clarifying our relationship, and we decided to try the sort of polyamorous approach, and I decided that I wanted to use that as an excuse to explore one of my fantasies, which is to have a threesome with another girl.
Right.
And I kind of want to know, I live in San Francisco, so I live in a place where it's very acceptable, very open. But I don't want to just go meet
You
somebody
should
at a bar.
have, if you want to have a threesome with a lot of like really feminine chicks, have a threesome with the San Francisco Giants. They're all a bunch of ballless bitches.
Listen.
I don't need to get into the whole Dodgers Giants.
All right, no, I'm
Do you intend? Do
but-
you actually intend this relationship to go on?
I don't think that he is the right guy for me to have a serious
Okay, so you don't.
Perfect.
Yeah. So if this results in unexpected feelings or resentments or whatever, you don't care. So where does she find somebody?
Well, Sheik, what do you think? What do you think about having sex with 2 girls at one time?
Oh, imagine American way, they like that, they're happy.
Yeah.
Mamas will, they can do it.
Yeah, do you think the only thing better than 1 vagina is 2 vaginas, right?
Imagine, yes.
When you were, Sheik, when you were at the top of your game in 1984, 1985, when you were the champion of the WWF, were you often having orgies and many women at one time?
Well, some of them, yes, but I'll be honest with you, I was married and I didn't care too much.
You didn't. You were a faithful husband even when you were a big superstar.
That's Islamic old country, but yeah.
Yeah, there it is. The old country way. Your wife is a big fan of the old country way.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, only sometimes. All right, so there you go, Emily.
So we don't know. We don't know how to. I don't. You're in San Francisco. I don't know. What, does she go to gay bars? Does she go?
No, she wants a girl.
Gay lesbian.
Oh yeah,
bars.
yeah. Sorry. I guess like, here's the deal,
But
Emily.
would it be without the guy?
I have a feeling, and this is completely speculative.
With the guy.
With the guy.
So that's not necessarily a gay thing.
I have a feeling, and this is totally speculative, but I think it's a lot easier for a girl to approach another girl to bring into a relationship sexually than it is for like a couple.
I think we would all say do not bring a friend in because it screws the
Yeah.
relationship.
We don't want it to be anybody we know.
Right.
What do you do? What do you and your boyfriend do? Like, do you have some dispensable income?
Yeah.
Okay, get a hot escort.
Okay.
That's the ultimate. I mean, because if you go to like one of the better services, you get like an actually hot chick that she's into it. She knows what she's doing. She goes into it with the idea that she's going to do a couple, and then you don't have to see her again. It's like there's no.
Yeah, listen to Mike. Go break the law.
Yeah.
You can always go to Nevada where it's legal or something.
No, don't do that. Go stay in San Francisco. I'm sure there's some hot Asian chick up there that'll come and munch your box while your boyfriend breaks you off.
1,000% sure we could find one.
Yeah. All right. There it is. That's the real deal right there. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night, the Roast Rumble, the ultimate insult fest at the Comedy Store, the world-famous Comedy Store here in Los Angeles. Laughstub.com is where you get tickets. The host of this great event, Dr. Drew, sitting right here, the Iron Sheik. Woo! Dr. Drew, real quick, tell us a story about you being on the cover of the Toronto paper.
Oh, yeah. The Sheik and I shared the cover of the Toronto paper in regards to the Rob Ford fiasco when he was drinking and behaving.
Now, this is one of the bigger cities in North America. You're on the cover of their paper.
The Toronto Sun-Times. I remember at the Toronto Sun. And people were calling me saying, not you're on the front page of the paper. You're in the paper next to the Iron Sheik.
Yeah!
That's all anybody cared about. That the Sheik and I shared a page in the paper.
Yes.
Happened to be the front page. But the fact that it was with the Iron Sheik is what made it meaningful.
That's right, because he's a legend.
10%.
He handles them old country way. Breaks your back, makes you humble. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. Remember, IronSheikOnline.com is the official website. This is LoveLine.
Tomorrow, USA Network presents the summer's most provocative new drama series, Satisfaction, an exploration of modern love through the eyes of one couple who makes shocking and unconventional choices to save their marriage. Satisfaction series premieres tomorrow at 10, 9 Central, only on USA Network.
One call is all it takes. 1-800-LOVE-191. 1-800-LOVE-191. Start punching in the numbers now so you're ready when LoveLine returns.
Tune in on Real Self-Knowledge.
This fall, Dr. Drew, they'll be making a movie about this great man, and it's well-deserved. I'm so honored to have this legend here in the studio. I'm talking about the Iron Sheik. Woo!
Let's correct that website.
Yes, sheikmovie.com. That's why I brought up the fact that they're making a movie again this fall. Expect the movie about the Iron Sheik, and again, it is well deserved because what an amazing life, what an inspirational man he is. He'll be hosting the Roast Rumble, the Ultimate Insult Fest, which is tomorrow here in Los Angeles at the world famous Comedy Store. If you're around, this is definitely an event you want to check out. This is tomorrow again, July 17th. Doors are at 8 p.m. You can get tickets at laughstub.com. And if you don't follow the Iron Sheik on Twitter, there's really no point in having Twitter. Am I right, Dr. Drew?
I understand. I'm confused.
Yeah, like it's like having a car with no wheels.
Yeah.
Right, Sheik?
Yeah. Exactly.
Sheik, who's the number one jabroni right now? Is it Justin Bieber? What would you do if you met Justin Bieber?
Oh, I think Justin Bieber, he deserves to make him humble.
Yes.
Suplex him, put him in the camel clutch, a little bit of stretch his back till you get the message.
Yeah, he's a little man. You'd break him with your big, powerful arms, yes?
If I want to, yeah.
Yes. What would you say to say Hulk Hogan if he were to call you up right now on the show?
Well, Hulk Hogan is all right, and everybody know in the world, without Iron Sheik, no Hulkamania.
He's nothing, right?
I make the Hulkamania, I'll be the Hulkamania.
You were nice enough to allow him to win his first WWF championship back in 1983. You were nice enough to let him, right? Because he couldn't naturally beat you.
Well, if money talk, money walk, and that because sometimes I have to put him over and make him look good, which is I did, and people still remember company, everybody.
But if you wanted to, Sheik, what could you do to him?
Well, if I want my young days, I can beat him easily because I was a real All-America, AAU, Pan-American World Champion.
That's right.
And coach for Olympic. All my life was wrestling.
A real powerful Shia Muslim, right?
Exactly.
The Iron Sheik is here, ladies and gentlemen. Jordan, thank you for calling LoveLine.
Hi, I have a question for Sheik, actually.
Yes.
If you were in your heyday right now, who is the wrestler who you would want to wrestle the most in WWE?
Who's
which wrestler, if you were in your prime right now, which wrestler would you want to wrestle today?
From New Generation.
New Generation.
New Generation, John Cena?
John Cena.
Right.
Yeah. You'd make him humble, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and my young days, and make him humble, right?
You didn't need to. Thank you for the call, Jordan. You didn't need to use steroids, right? It was all natural?
Oh, yeah. All country, we don't have the steroid, and everything have to be natural, and that way lasts longer.
That's right. And what was your favorite thing to drink? Would it be cognac or beer, and then you lift weights?
Hot tea.
Hot tea. Okay. Andrew, hello.
Oh, hey, what's up?
What's happening?
My question, I guess, is for Iron Sheik. I do Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu training, and I do good on Muay Thai, which is stand-up. But, I get double-legged and single-legged takedown easily. I get taken down easily. And then when I'm on my back, I crumble. And I was just wanting to know, what's a good diet and exercise plan for a wrestler? This way that doesn't happen to me.
That's a good question. Sheik, what should Andrew eat, and how should he work out to be a better wrestler like you?
Well, he needs to a little bit do a lot and do a squat, and then watch his diet, change his diet with a good protein, good vegetable, good fruit, and natural stuff, and without any drugs or without any testosterone, so he can last longer.
That's right. You like that, Dr. Drew? That's great advice. Lots of squats,
great advice.
Lots of protein and vegetables.
Can't argue with that.
And then I'll still stay limber, though, right?
Yeah, well, you got to work on your mobility, son.
Yeah, stretching, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Practice makes the people be perfection. Without practice, it's hard to be champion.
Wow, I just got posted on Instagram with the Iron Sheik.
Yes.
And on his Instagram feed, the feedback is colorful.
It is.
Yeah.
Do you mind reading a couple comments?
Dr. Drew, Raisin Balls Forever.
Dr. Drew, Raisin Balls Forever, yes.
Dr. Sheik Class.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Dr. No Good Piece of several words.
Okay. But we can agree, Sheik, that Dr. Drew, he's the intelligent Jew, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yes.
Otherwise, you're not going to be here.
Yeah, that's right, of course. Hello, Ellen.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, so
told the other person, the operator earlier, that I'm just having a problem with my fiance right now, intimately.
Yes. What is that problem?
Well, a couple of weeks ago, we had a discussion about, like, it was kind of related to your topic. It's yesterday about fantasies, and he told me he had a thing for feet, and I thought I knew what that meant. And I guess not, because once we got intimate, it wasn't like a foot job. I don't know if I can say that, but
Yes.
he tried to stick his feet in personal areas.
Wait. Your boyfriend tried to put his feet inside your vagina?
Yeah, my fiance, and our wedding is in a month, and we haven't been intimate in like 2 weeks now since the incident.
The incident, did you like get up and get away and be angry when that happened?
It was just kind of like I froze, and then he was like, "Oh," oops, and it was, I don't know, it just kind of ended.
And have you talked to? Hey, listen. Have you talked about it since?
I think we tried, but it's just so hard to bring up because he knows prior to discussing that I've always shown like a disgust for feet. I don't know, it's just a personal thing.
Oh boy.
But it was like a surprise to me when he told me. Revealed 3 years later, hey, I have a thing for feet.
Yeah.
I was gonna, like accommodate, and like I thought it was, a foot job.
Sure. Ellen, luckily we have a sex expert here in the studio. Sheik, what do you think about a man who wants to put his feet inside a woman?
I think the both of them are stinky, no good, low-life son of a bitch. They can take a walk.
That's right. Ellen, you and your fiance are stinky, low-life, no good.
Well, I think he means that he should take a walk.
He should take a walk, Ellen.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because what kind of man is he wants to smell the vagina woman with his food? You know he's jabroni.
That's right. What should he put inside her vagina?
Well, I mean, intelligent Dr. Drew, you can answer to that.
Penis goes
His
in the
penis,
vagina.
his
Yeah,
penis, yes.
goes in the vagina.
Yes.
Mike, tough question.
There you go, Ellen. Hey,
yeah, thanks for asking those hard-hitting questions, Mike, by the way. Appreciate that.
Sheik, real quick, was it ever difficult for you to wrestle with, you have such a big penis, and you always talk about your big, powerful penis. Was it ever difficult to wrestle in those smaller shorts because it might potentially fall out?
Well, not really. I've ever to support him good and keep him nice and form. And
What kind of support?
Yeah, what type of support did you use?
Well, I mean, sport with double trunk or
Double trunk.
Double trunk.
He had to really pay attention.
Dr. Drew, you're also very
Double
accustomed
trunk.
to double
Double trunk,
trunks
of
because
course.
he too, Sheik, has a very, very big penis. Who else besides you in your time of wrestling had a very big penis?
Mike, seriously?
I know that you would shower and change together, travel together.
Yeah, but I'm not fucking gay to look at the penis. No.
Anderson, we're good here?
Who was
I'm sorry, Sheik. How dare I ask that question? 1-800-LOVE-19.
Maybe Mike's a jabroni.
Yeah.
I mean, the way he talks look like a jabroni, but not quite. No.
1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. Ladies and gentlemen, the Iron Sheik is here. The Roast Rumble is tomorrow night, the ultimate insult fest. It's like a Royal Rumble, but with words. Great comedians and wrestlers alike will be joining forces at the Comedy Store, the legendary Comedy Store here in Los Angeles. That's tomorrow night, July 17th at 8 p.m., and the Iron Sheik will be hosting. Go to laughstub.com to get yourself some tickets, and remember, sheikmovie.com for more information about the upcoming movie and all the things going on in the Sheik's life. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. It's LoveLine.
Hello, this is Russ Brand.
Hey, what's up? It's Kanye.
Hey, it's Cameron Diaz.
Hey, I'm Clint Black.
Regis Philbin.
I don't have a computer. I don't have a tweeter. I have nothing.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Mark McGrath.
Hi, this is Judd Apatow, and you just downloaded the show.
Podcast One, Russell Brand on podcast.
Check us out.
One call is all it takes.
Exactly.
1-800-LOVE-191. 1-800-LOVE-191. LoveLine's coming back.
Oh, don't listen to him.
I think that's okay on the air, Dr. Drew. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the presence of greatness. We're in the presence of greatness. One man who's definitely not a jabroni. He is the Iron Sheik. Woo! Woo!
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, sir. And like I said, I come to the city, a lot of real people, a lot of good Iron Sheik fans, and I can't wait to see them in my roast tomorrow.
That's right. The roast is tomorrow. The Roast Rumble. It's a like a Royal Rumble, Dr. Drew, but with insults. The ultimate insult fest. The Iron Sheik will be hosting it at the Comedy Store tomorrow night. Doors are at 8 p.m. If you're here in the LA area, go to laughstub.com. There are still tickets available. Go and get yourself some. Sheik, I just want to say it's really been a pleasure having you on the show, and I think you've been doing a great job. So thank you. I know you had a long day, so thank you for coming in tonight.
Thanks again, Michael and Mr. Dr. Drew and yourself. I'm very happy to be here. And a special Megan boys and Studio Jew, and they bring me here,
Yes.
and I had a great time so far.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear it. What, Sheik? I have to ask, what is your secret? Because you've made no secret of your age. You're an older man, but you still look beautiful, very muscular, very tan and glowing. What is there any secret to looking so beautiful at your age?
Well, age is a number, and Dr. Drew know as long as you watch your food and you doing exercise, and you'll be all right and you'll be young always.
That's right. Dr. Drew takes very good care of himself, lifts weights still, and does his jogging and his calisthenics, and eats very, very clean. Every once in a while,
Except when
though,
I don't.
except every once in a while, though,
Except when I
Dr. Drew goes crazy and just puts anything in his mouth that's in front of him. But I always take care of him. I'm like his little angel on his shoulder to make sure he eats his vegetables.
Get back in line.
Yeah.
Get back on the track.
So he can humble people.
Yeah.
Hello, Masters. Your name is Masters.
It is intelligent young American and chic show. Love the movie. Look forward to tomorrow's toast or roast. But I gotta ask, UFC is the big sensation these days. Ronda Rousey, a superstar, they say that's unbeatable. Sheik, if she shows up from Venice Beach all the way into Hollywood at your toast, will you humble Ronda Rousey?
Probably 100% yes.
You're gonna humble the women's UFC champion?
Yeah, I have to show him who's the real champion. I grew up with the freestyle Greco-Roman, toughest sport in the Olympic. How many Olympics she compete? How many times she sold out Madison Square Garden, Cal Palace?
Well, she did compete in the Olympics, but she was a bronze medal winner in the Olympics, but she did not sell out Madison Square Garden. That's
Exactly.
right. That's right.
And she didn't even sold out Olympic Auditorium in Los Angeles.
No, I don't think she did.
Exactly.
I think you're right. I think Ronda Rousey, no, even though she's a very talented fighter and a great athlete, she would bow down to the Sheik because she knows the real.
Absolutely.
That's right. Johnny, hello. You also have a question for the Sheik.
Hey, yes, this is for the one and only Sheik. Hey, Sheik, my mom had the biggest crush on you for the last 10 years, and she wants to know if you have a one-night stand with it.
Would you have a one-night stand with Johnny's mom?
For what? Sex? Or
Yes,
what?
yeah. Johnny wants to know if you would have sex with his mom. She has a big crush on you.
Well, I'm really not now. I'm married myself. I don't go there. No, I cannot do that. Maybe if I was not married, single, different situation.
If you weren't married, what would you do to Johnny's mom?
Probably have a good sex.
Yeah, good sex. Would you do it old country way?
Old country way.
That's
probably.
right. Johnny, he would get poopy dick.
Hey, she
I like the way
just
the
told
Sheik
me
is
that she's not the jealous type.
I like the way the Sheik is a man of honor.
That's
He's
right.
A man
He's-
of his word, man
he's-
of commitments.
Well, you've seen too many men cheat on their wives in the WWE. You know to be faithful to your wife. It's very important, right?
I really don't know about that. Imagine.
Yeah, you would imagine. David, hello.
Hello, how's it going?
What's up?
Hey, before I say, I want to say, Iron Sheik, you are the man. You are the legend. My father has always watched you ever since back in the 80s with Hulk Hogan, you in WrestleMania. You're the man. Iron Sheik, love you. Question is, I have two questions. I'll say the first one first. Iron Sheik, this is for you. What did you think about the WrestleMania 30 when Undertaker lost to Brock Lesnar? Do you think it was a conspiracy, or do you think it was just all with the WWE, with scripted?
What do you think? What do you think about CM Punk and WWE? Do you think it's conspiracy or do you think it's real?
No, what do you think about the
No, I said no. I said about the Undertaker.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I'll get to the CM Punk in a bit. I was saying for the Iron Sheik, what did you think about the Undertaker when he lost to Brock Lesnar for the 2021 and 1? I believe.
So, Sheik, what did
all
you
a
think about
conspiracy, or
Brock
do you think it was
Lesnar
a WWE
beating
script?
The Undertaker at WrestleMania? Did you think that was a work?
But that was very, people get shocked about that because Undertaker never get beat in the WrestleMania. That was for first time and shocked the world. But also, don't get me wrong, Brock Lesnar is All-American college champion, and he's a great wrestler. Ultimate Warrior, Undertaker was good for many years, but nobody can last forever.
All right, there you go. I think that was a very nice answer. Hello, Sarah.
Hey.
I think you have a question that the Iron Sheik can handle.
Hey, sorry, what's going on?
What's up?
Hey, now.
Hey, I was just wondering if it's okay for a guy to call a girl a bitch in the bedroom.
And what do you think, Iron Sheik? I know I have my opinion. What do you think? To call a girl a bitch when you're having sex, is that okay?
Imagine.
Yeah, you would imagine so. Do you ever call your wife a bitch? Do you ever talk dirty to your wife when you're having sex?
Wait.
No.
Yeah, see, he's a man of his word. He's a man of honor. But
Exactly.
if you were playing,
yeah,
if it were play talk, if the guy really didn't mean it.
Well, I'm not a man of honor, Sarah, and I oftentimes call women bitches in the bedroom.
But it's part of your
it's
play,
a persona,
though.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if he really means it, that's not okay.
Okay.
Why don't you?
It's almost. Would you agree? It's almost like S&M type. You agree you're going to play in a certain area that you wouldn't do. You know, in terms of hurt somebody or to speak disparagingly.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that any girl allows me to put my penis in her is a dirty bitch. So I let her know that she has my rancid dong inside her. You know.
Oh, Sheik's got a point.
It's the first time that you guys have ever had a sexual interaction.
Sarah, if you're not into this may not be the guy.
Yeah, I mean, you got to feel. I mean, I think a guy, like a guy's performance.
It's okay.
Well, no, a guy's performance. I think his rhetoric is also the same. If you don't jive with it, if you don't feel like it's okay
for
with you, then
it's like a red flag.
Yeah,
it's like I'm not sure I'm up for this. This may be something I shouldn't ignore.
Okay. Maybe
Okay.
I'm just taking it too far.
No, you're missing my point. I said exactly the opposite of what you just said.
I think we can all agree Sarah's a little bit of a neurotic pain in the ass.
But that's not the girl you say that to, and that for her it's not going to work, and she should make note of that.
Yeah, he should like throw rose petals at Sarah,
Right.
you know. But some girls want to be called.
Right.
But Sheik, how do you talk to a lady in the bedroom? Can you give me a little example of how you talk to a lady when it's time to get sexy?
What do you mean?
I mean, when it's time to woo a woman, when it's time to make a girl really horny, when it's time to make a girl really want the Sheik, what would you say to her? How would you approach a lady?
I don't know, Dr. Drew. What do you think?
I think this man would talk with respect.
Exactly.
You respect the women, right?
Right. Muslim way and religious way. Respect the woman, and I have a class for her. Otherwise,
So it's cherish. That's the word he uses.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Should a woman bring you the cold beer when it's time to sit down and relax?
Or country way, yes.
Yes, old country way. Hello, James.
No, look at the clock.
I know. Real quick, James.
Yes, Mike and Drew.
Yes.
Sorry, I'll make this as quick as possible. But so basically, I heard you guys talking a few weeks back about how you guys were saying like 5% of women actually enjoy anal sex, and I was wondering if you guys think it's more of women that are disgusted by the thought of it and just in that point don't like it, or if you think it's actually women that have done it.
I think it's actually people who have physical pain.
What do you think, Iron Sheik? When girls don't like old country way, what is the reason why? Do you think?
Does it hurt?
Probably hurt,
Yeah.
and I punish him before a little bit exercise, show him the hardware and
the hardware.
Yeah, they can handle it. Right.
They can't handle it. That's right. So there you go, James. 1-800-LOV. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. We want to know during this open forum with our guest, the Iron Sheik, what are injuries you've had, not sexual injuries, but injuries you've had in other ways that have prevented you from performing sexually? So you were wrestling with the Iron Sheik, he broke your back, and then you couldn't have sex.
And then how did it affect you? How did you deal with it? What were the consequences?
You're right. Remember the guy we talked to who rode a dirt bike and he broke both his arms and he had like that movie cast, so he couldn't even touch his penis?
Yeah.
It's anything like that. If you've ever hurt yourself in a way in the real world that
This is
affected you in the bedroom.
Real medical or physical injury and how you've dealt.
We want to hear about it right now here on LoveLine.
It's time for you to give us your opinions and insight.
Mother has old-fashioned ideas.
Well, I don't approve of it.
Here's tonight's open forum.
While we get calls for this open forum, again, we want to know about injuries you've had that have affected you in the bedroom. So not sexual injuries, but injuries in real life that have affected your ability to have sex. 1-800-LOVE-191. While we gather calls, Dr. Drew, I want to take this time to truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, Iron Sheik, for coming in.
Thank you, sir.
And I hope you have a great time tomorrow night at the Roast Rumble, the ultimate insult fest. Remember, you can still buy tickets. It's at the Comedy Store. It's hosted by this legend, the Iron Sheik, and tickets are at laughstub.com. Everybody go to chicmovie.com to support the Iron Sheik and follow him on Twitter. He is the underscore Iron Sheik on Twitter. I'm going to take a real quick picture with you if you don't mind, Iron Sheik. Can I take a selfie with you?
Sir.
Okay.
Selfie. Mike's going to do a selfie right now with the Iron Sheik. And then he's going to take off. Then we will take your calls on physical, medical, orthopedic, neurological injuries that have happened out in the real world but have affected your ability to function sexually. And how has it affected you and how have you dealt with it? We're going to get your sort of stories out. And we've had sexual injuries in the past and, sexual mishaps, but now we thought we'd have physical injuries that then become sexual mishaps.
I have never had this, Dr. Drew, except for, seizures. That prevented me from having sex.
Yes, it's.
I've had drug-induced limp wiener.
That's good.
That I guess would be an injury that affected me.
And drug-induced stupors that have prevented you from doing much.
No, I've powered through the stupors. But I've definitely had the.
No, stupor means you're unconscious.
Yeah, but I think I've had sex unconscious.
Oh Jesus.
I think I'm like DMX. Like I've somehow figured out a way to have women do that. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. Hello, Maddie.
Wow, hello. Can't believe I'm the first call. First off, I want to say, Iron Sheik, you're the man.
The call out's the Iron Sheik still.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Me and my friend, for Beta Breakers in San Francisco, I dressed as Macho Man Randy Savage, and he dressed as the Iron Sheik. And you ended up liking his picture on Twitter, so I appreciate that we're as hardcore as you can be.
He's packing up and moving out, but he hears the shout-out, so
yes,
thanks.
he appreciates
Thanks,
the compliment.
No worries. All right. So I was studying abroad in Berlin. Drank a lot the whole time I was there. One night, hanging out with a bunch of girls after a late night of drinking. One girl, weighing probably about 40 pounds heavier than me, straight up punched me in the gallbladder, I believe.
What?
I think so. She tried to punch me in the stomach or I don't know.
So
But,
she hit you in the right upper quadrant is what you're saying.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And I actually figured this out after Googling it for about a year or so. But
Hey, listen, the bigger problem is you can actually fracture your liver.
well, I've been drinking for too long, so I think my liver's doing well right now. It's my gallbladder that I'm worried about.
No, you missed my point, Matty. Like if you get in a car accident and you get blunt trauma in the right upper quadrant, you can actually break the liver. Your gallbladder's pretty resilient. You don't do anything to the gallbladder. But you can actually fracture the liver and need surgery. It bleeds. It's a problem.
I had no idea. I didn't know that.
And especially if you've been drinking for a while, it's enlarged, so it's sort of an easy thing to hit when it's enlarged like that.
Exactly, and sometimes it kind of swells up from time to time, and I can feel it. But anyway, so I wake up the next morning. I literally cannot move. I don't know what to do. My girlfriend's studying abroad in England at the time. She is about to come visit me. I struggle my butt to school, which is
Maddie, will you please get a medical evaluation for God's sakes?
How do I do it? I get an X-ray?
You let the doctor do a physical exam on you and then decide what to do.
See, that's the thing. I have a primary care physician that doesn't seem like he knows what he's talking about. So
Have you been evaluated?
I guess. I don't know.
So you've seen a doctor?
I've seen a doctor, and I told him that I've had pain there from time to time.
Did you tell them what happened? Why you have pain?
Oh, no, this was like years ago.
Mike, I'm having trouble following.
I am too. But we need to talk to Angie. Angie, hello.
Hi, guys. How are you?
I'm doing good. I bet you your problem happens way more often than you'd like to think.
Sadly, sometimes. So this actually happened to me last weekend. It's so funny that this was the open forum.
Yes.
So I went to the beach, and I have been, like, wearing jeans the whole winter, so stoked that it's summer. And I was like, I don't need to put on tons of sunscreen. So I definitely didn't put on enough for the amount of time that I was at the beach, and I got a horrific sunburn from the tops of my thighs to the tops of my feet. So I'm at home, like, dying, just in such horrible pain. And a guy that I was, like, kind of interested in was like, hey, like, you want to hang out? So he comes over, I end up sleeping with him, and he asked me to be on top. So the tops of my legs are sunburned, but I'm interested in this guy, so I just kind of went with it, and I toughed it out through the whole thing. And afterwards, he, like, left, and I was just writhing in pain for, like, 2 hours.
Oh, my.
So bad. Like, day one, fresh sunburn. Oh, it was terrible.
Oof.
Jeez.
Terrible.
Well, way to power through.
It's so nice, Dr. Drew, to be Mexican and not have to ever have that problem.
The sunburn.
My honey glaze doesn't. It does. Sometimes I get a little, like my top of my shoulders, will get a little
burn really easily.
raw, but never like serious sunburns, Dr. Drew. And never have I worn suntan lotion. That's mas puto.
No,
Hello.
it's not.
Hello, Alex.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey. All right. So my injury is this happened back in high school, and I was with my high school sweetheart at the time. You know, we were getting intimate and all that other stuff. She was getting a little sore, so our what we would usually do in that case, if she couldn't handle anymore, is I would dry hump her ass. You know.
You would dry hump her ass?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, just to finish myself off, whatever. And I am uncircumcised, which is crucial in this injury, because the bit of skin that connects the outer skin to the head ripped.
So wait, there's like a little.
That's kind of a common thing.
The underhead, right, Dr. Drew, that connects the part of my penis.
Frenulum.
The ridge on the bottom of my penis, because I am circumcised.
Right. That would tack
connects
down the
foreskin,
yeah,
right?
They call it a frenulum. And yeah, that tears. That's a common thing. That's again how people get phimosis, and what sometimes leads to a need for circumcision as an adult.
Well, it was. I mean, it's kind of the living nightmare, the epitome of exactly what I wanted never to happen.
Yeah.
And it did.
Yeah.
And I think I was about maybe 16, 17 at the time, and I didn't really know what to do. So of course I have to, what am I going to do? I'm going to tell my mom.
Oh, of course.
I got to see a doc. Why? I had a rip. Where? Down there.
Oh.
That must have been great.
Well, my mom is pretty cool about it and all that. Still, the stigma of going to your mom about an injury on your groin.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you, sir. This is serious, right, Drew?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Mike.
Hey, how's it going?
What up?
So I was in Indo on a surf trip, and I had been away from my girlfriend for like 3 weeks. And so when I got back home to LA, we decided to go on a trip to Vegas. So we go to Vegas, and we got this sweet, awesome room. I guess you call it a suite. That's weird. Anyway, I immediately upon entering the suite, I was jumping on the bed because that's what people do when they go to hotels.
Of course they do.
And I jumped a little too far on the edge, fell down, and smashed my butt and my tailbone. I didn't know it was broken. I didn't know it was broken at the time, but I felt like it was broken.
Oh, that must have hurt so bad.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
And then, so that whole trip, I mean, we hadn't seen each other in a while. All we wanted to do was rail, right?
Yeah.
So the first night attempting it was not fun. I couldn't really do anything, no thrust. Couldn't even sit and have her on top, nothing. It was the worst pain. And then the next morning, I was just black and blue down there. We go to, urgent care, get some x-rays, found out, broke my tailbone.
Oh, that's rough.
It was terrible. But we went to Vegas again and railed for days.
Okay.
All right. Well,
All right,
good
then.
man. Good man. Oh, tailbone. That must be, horrible, right?
It's bad. You can't sit down. You can't do anything for a long time.
Oh. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. Jacob, hello. I love your ladder.
Hey, it's Jacob.
Hey, Jacob.
Hey, so I was in Maui, and I had a motorcycle, and I
decided to go run some errands, and I was wearing sandals and shorts and T-shirt like most of us do in Maui when we're riding our motorcycles.
Sure.
And a tourist pulled out in front of me, so I slam on the brakes and slide right into the back of the car.
Uh-oh.
And slid forward on my leather seat, up over the gas tank and up over the top of the handlebars. Came back down on top of the gas tank and back down onto the seat, and then slipped on some sand in the road and laid the bike down. So it was rather minor as far as injuries go at the time, but I decided to pick my bike up, get home, and then I realized that my nuts were just on fire.
Uh-oh.
And so I pull down my shorts, and I look, and I've just ripped all the skin from the base of my penis to the back of my scrotum when I rolled forward on the leather seat.
Wow.
And I was like, well, I wasn't going to go to the hospital for it. I wasn't leaking any fluid or anything, so I felt fine. So I get to work the next day, and we just happened to have a couple paramedics at my work, and so I show them what I did, and they're like, "Oh, that's bad. You got to put this ointment on there." But they go, "You're pretty lucky though, because we've rolled up on accidents with motorcycles where the nuts got completely ripped off."
Oh yeah.
So,
that happens a lot.
I felt lucky with that one, but I was walking like I had been riding a horse for about the next week, and I couldn't have any sex because they just burned like somebody had a blowtorch on it.
Oh, dude. Oh my God. Thank you for the call, dude.
No problem. Thanks a lot.
1-800-LOVE-191 is the number.
It's quite a night.
Yeah. We remember, thanks to USA's new show, Satisfaction, which premieres 10 p.m. tomorrow night here in Los Angeles. That's Thursday night, July the 18th. Excuse me, July the 17th. I apologize. We have a $200 American Express gift card to give away to the best caller of this open forum. And we're taking calls for injuries that prevented you from having sex. So not injuries while you're having
Or
sex.
that affected your ability to have sex.
Injuries out in the in the real world that affected your ability to have sex in the bedroom. So give us a call. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. Again, thanks to Satisfaction, the new show on USA, for giving us these American Express gift cards to give away. Give us a ring. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. It's LoveLine.
Tomorrow, USA Network presents the summer's most provocative new drama series, Satisfaction, an exploration of modern love through the eyes of one couple who makes shocking and unconventional choices to save their marriage. Satisfaction series premieres tomorrow at 10, 9 Central, only on USA Network.
This is LoveLine.
It's a groovy way of relaxing.
Sit tight. LoveLine's coming back.
We're joined by executive producer of the show, and we're talking about sexual injuries, or actually, excuse me, I apologize. Injuries that have affected you in the bedroom. So things that you've done out in the real world that have affected you in the bedroom. And a very nice young man, a man who listens to the show every night. His name is, hold on, let me get my Twitter to work. His name is @Malagon Robert. Robert M. He goes by on Twitter. He sent me this picture of an injury. I just want you to, did you just say?
No, I said shh.
Okay. Look.
Oh, God, what is that?
Just a chewed up elbow, basically.
That's an elbow?
Is it what?
It's a butthole.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Oh, yeah,
It's
it is.
anal prolapse.
Yeah.
It looks like raw beef, like
Yeah.
chopped,
Some-
ground.
Like a big ball of meat fell out. Meat ball. Hello, Haley. I just wanted to show you that, Ann.
Thanks.
Hey.
Hi.
So my injury was back in high school. I was sneaking out of my house, which is a 2-story house, but the roof kind of comes down. And I was sneaking out to go see my boyfriend, and I slipped and I fell off when I was trying to get off the roof, and I fell on my lower back, and I got like contusions, and I was stuck in bed for a month.
Oh, my
So I
God.
couldn't. So it was like a month to 2 months of recovery, and like I couldn't have sex with my boyfriend. I couldn't even see him or anything, and like I had to lie to my mom and tell her that it was probably a workout injury and all this. It was a big mess, but
Probably a workout injury. All right. Well, thank you. I smell a winner here, Dr. Drew. Hello, Sheila.
Hi, how are you?
We're doing good. How are you?
Okay, so a few years back, I was in the Army, and one of our assignments, we had to go into these like tunnels that run underneath these like water tanks,
Uh-huh.
and we had to weld a crack that had formed in one of the tunnels. So my partner and I were, standing there, and he got the weld up, and he was starting to weld, and a hot piece of metal from the top of the tunnel fell down and got to my suit, and these tunnels, they're not really safe inside, you can't like breathe air.
Oh, no.
So the metal hit the top of my suit and kind of rolled down my chest.
Oh,
down
my
to,
God.
Like my stomach and the top of my vagina. So, and it couldn't take my suit off because we're, in the tunnel. So I had to run out, started pulling my clothes off, and I realized I had this almost like racing stripe coming down from like the top of my breast all the way down to the top of my vagina, and then down the right side of my leg. It was not good. And then they took me to the hospital, and they said I had like 2nd-degree burns. And I was lucky I didn't get a scar, on my top half, but I still have an area where no hair grows down there. So
You're lucky it wasn't a 3rd-degree burn to get into the muscle. It could have been terrible.
yeah, they said I was pretty lucky to get out of there as quick as I did. So
Wow. Woo! What a story. Well, thanks.
Jeez Louise. Oh, my gosh. Oh, poor girl. Amanda?
Yes.
Hello. Tell us your story about injuries that prevented you from having good sex.
2 years ago, I was at my friend's house dropping some things off, and her dog decided to bite me in the vagina.
Whoa! Whoa!
How bad?
Whoa!
Like
Wait a
Like
second.
a pinch or a full-on bite?
Full-on bite. I had to get 15 stitches on top.
In your vagina?
Like right above the clit, yeah.
What kind of dog was it?
An American bulldog.
Oh my God!
Why did the dog get sort of interested?
Is that what they call a pussy?
It's because I had brought these balloons over for my friend's birthday, and I guess with the it was the large balloons, and I guess with the size and everything,
Scared him.
It got scared, and it just started barking, and then it was just going crazy, and my friend's mom tried to restrain him, but since it's about a 90-pound dog, it broke loose from her hand.
And it just bit right through your vagina?
Yeah, it bit. I was wearing jeans, and that's what luckily kind of helped me with my with my area. Yeah.
Wow. What do you think?
I think this girl deserves a $200 American Express gift card.
Yeah.
Amanda,
Yes.
$200 American Express gift card is yours, okay?
Thank you.
All right, it's all thanks to Satisfaction. It's the new show on USA, which premieres tomorrow night, Thursday, July 17th on USA. You're also entered to win a $1,000 American Express gift card. All, again, thanks to Satisfaction, the new show on USA Network. It premieres tomorrow night, Thursday, July 17th, 10 p.m.
So all that trauma earned you something.
Yeah, $200 for
Anderson, we got that?
Stitchy Vagina. Hello, Ramon.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing good.
Great.
Hola,
So
Ramon.
I was about 17 years old and having a little alone time, and brother knocks on the door, so I need to throw some shorts on really quick, and I something about marrying myself. Zip myself up. Cock the foreskin, and answer my door. My brother's like, "Hey, can I go do this?" "Yeah, sure, no problem." And for about 15 minutes, I'm trying to get it unzip, and it's just not working.
Dude.
Whoa.
Oh, my God. That is horrible.
So what I ended up doing is I actually cut the portion of the pants around it so, it wouldn't have the entire weight on the pants. And I drove myself to the hospital.
Oh.
Dude.
What did they do?
They took a shot, it was a tiny little needle of, some numbing agent. I'm not sure what it was. But they
Probably
numbed the
Novocaine,
area
right?
up. What's that?
Novocaine. Probably.
Yeah.
Right in your pee-pee.
Right in the pee-pee.
Oh, man.
And eventually after some tugging and some effort, it finally came off.
Wow.
But needless to say, I didn't even want to have sex for, a few weeks after that.
Needless to say.
Needless to say. Yeah, thank you for the call. Oh, my God. Hello, Raj.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, hi. So my injury is kind of crazy. So I was riding my motorcycle, and I was kind of first getting into it, and I was learning how to, wheelie. And pretty much what happened was I looped the bike, and the bike landed on my right leg, and pretty much my entire, penis area, my testicles, and I ended up losing a testicle. And the entire bike, because when I looped it, it landed on my right leg and my testicle area. It also damaged my pelvis. But luckily, I was still able to have sex with my boyfriend for after the pelvis healed. I mean, I never really was using my penis much, but my injury, I mean, is really ridiculous. So I lost a testicle in that.
You lost a testicle?
Yes, I did. Because the bike looped and it landed on my right leg, including my penis is damaged. But I mean, overall, the big thing that I lost was one of my testicles.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
And you broke your leg also?
Yeah, I broke my leg as well.
That's a horrifying injury, to shatter your leg and lose a testicle.
Yeah, it was horrifying. So, I don't ride motorcycles now. But like I said, I was still having sex afterwards. It wasn't too bad. Once my pelvis healed, me and my boyfriend were back at it.
You're a champion.
Impressive.
Roush is a champion. Woo! Thank you, dude. Skin burn on my balls.
Oh, my God.
Hello, Julie.
Hello, Dr. Drew. Hello, Mike.
Hey, how are you?
Very well. So, my story about the injury is I was taking a shower with my boyfriend, and we were just, taking a shower, nothing serious. And I got out. I was like, I got to grab my razor out of my drawer over here. Stepped out, and those old, wall heaters that they used to have?
Mm-hmm.
You, switch them on. They have, the coils.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I dropped my razor on the floor, and I went to just bend over to grab it. Well, the bathroom was really narrow, so when I bent over, I stuck my butt right into the heater and, branded my butt with this heater, and my boyfriend jumped out of the shower, just covered in soap. He's like, what happened? Because I was just shrieking. It was so bad I couldn't even look at it. I just had to have him, spray it with Bactine, and it was bad news. I couldn't sit right for weeks. It was bad.
I remember, Drew, when I burned my butthole trying to light farts with Steve-O.
Good job.
Yeah, and I couldn't I had to be on the Daily 10 on E! News the next day, and they're like, Mike, could you sit up straight, please? And I was like, not really. Burn my butthole.
Explain how.
Yeah.
I can imagine the control room was like screaming and what the hell?
I think they were probably like, what are we doing
What
with
have we
this
got
guy?
with- yeah,
like,
yes.
why are we paying this guy to be in front of a camera? 1-800-LOVE-191 is the
when
number.
he could be lighting farts for us.
He could be. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. Pennywise is going to join us tomorrow. We love them. No Poo Poo City. I believe Fletcher's he's a calm man now. Although he did have a fist fight with an elephant. That's not a joke.
We'll hear about that, yeah.
1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. Give us a call here. It's LoveLine.
Hey everyone, what's up? It's Paris Hilton.
Hey man, it's Kevin Smith.
Hello, this is Marilyn Manson.
Hi, this is Christina Applegate.
Hi, I'm Will Ferrell. And I am Adam McKay. And you are listening to podcast1.com.
Not podcast2.com. Podcast1.com. Very important.
This is LoveLine.
Hey, everybody. It's LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191. Oh, yeah, you lit, bitch. Give us a ring if you have a question or concern. Hello, Christy.
Hey, how's it going?
Living large. What's up?
I just had a quick question. So I'm going through a divorce, and I've been separated for a year. I also had a son with this guy that I married, and he's bipolar, and they're from a really different world than myself. I'm from the beach life, and he's from the country life. And so we have really different personalities, and I kind of just sacrificed like all my dreams and modeling and all this stuff just so I could make his life happy. And the fact that I had a kid and it just didn't work out because I didn't know how to help him with his bipolar and try to help him with different medicines and therapists and whatever else.
How long were you guys married?
What else did you do? That's great.
What else? I'm a lingerie
hang on.
designer.
How long were you?
So-
You're an underage minor now?
No, a lingerie designer.
Lingerie designer.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and how long were you
Yeah.
guys? How long were you guys married?
We were married for almost 3 years. It'll be almost 3 years this year, but
Why did you get married if the things were so different?
because I got in trouble. I got a DUI like so many years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. So I was thinking, I need a good boy, right? I need someone to kind of help me balance me out. And
Well, that's insane. You know that, right? No, I'm serious. Like, you got a DUI, so you got married?
No. I didn't say that's the reason why. But,
No,
you
you
know,
essentially did. You said you needed someone to put you on the right path, so you got married.
No, well, here's the thing. When we met, like, he was just a square and I wasn't. So when we were friends first and everything kind of went good, I mean, I've never liked his family. They've always been really judgmental and kind of just rude. And I would always shut my mouth for the longest time. And then finally, after so many years, it just like, I had to tell them just everything. And so I'm the bad person because I'm the one leaving, but they're being very vindictive at this point. Like, it's getting to the point where I have to hire a lawyer, and this person left me with no money or no nothing, and I'm left with the responsibility of a kid.
Well, wait. Hold on. If you have children together or a child,
Well, wait a minute.
Aren't
Maybe she's the main breadwinner.
Aren't you entitled to money?
No,
What do you mean?
Not if she's the main breadwinner in this marriage.
Well, she said he left her with no money. So
no.
Yeah, I still ask him. Well, I don't really ask for his help. Like, sometimes I'll just throw it out there just so I have a recorded message of him denying the help. But he's going to look ultimately stupid in court. My thing is, I mean, I just try to be really cordial at this point. I just want to be friends, and I don't know how else I can help, so I just stay my distance. But at this point, I'm not doing bad. I'm a lingerie designer. I sell my shit online. And
whoa,
I mean,
Anderson.
whoa, with the S word.
sorry, I'm sorry. So I sell my stuff online, and I moved away, and I kind of just changed my whole life. But I mean, at this point in time, I guess my question is, what else can I possibly do as far as kind of make this okay for my son for the next so many years?
The only way that's
am I really being the bad person here because I'm getting the guilt trip over and over again? Because
yes, you're being a bad mother by not allowing your son to have a relationship with his father. That is not good for your son at all.
Well, no, he doesn't want to be around. He doesn't visit. I tell him he can visit any time. And I've driven to his house. I've driven to his house.
You
every time I go to the house,
you said you moved
he
away.
calls.
You said you moved
Well,
away. How far away?
Just
listen. How far away did you move?
I moved 6 hours away.
Okay, well,
that's bad. That's bad.
No, but when I lived closer, I would always go drop my son off and waste my gas money and waste whatever else money, and then he would call the cops on me. So that's why I always left. And he told me, just go. So I get kind of confused because I don't know what the right thing to do at this point. And it's not that I'm trying to keep him from, seeing his dad, but he also doesn't make effort to drive to us. I always make the effort.
Okay.
That's my point.
And what did your husband do for a living?
He's a farmer. He's a farmer.
Did he make any money?
Not really, because his mommy and daddy always paid for everything.
So you were the main breadwinner in this marriage, so you may actually end up paying him money, right? You're asking him to pay money, though he was not the main breadwinner in this marriage. The main breadwinner is the one that pays the dependent spouse. And in your case, that's him. So you started out by saying he owes you money. That's false. Then you said that he
hasn't helped, is what I'm saying.
it's false. And you may end up owing him money. It's possible. And number one. Number two, I don't know how it works in your state, but that's possible. Number two, you moved away, and then you want people to say that's okay. It's not okay. If you want to if you want to put your kids' needs ahead of yours and the craziness going on in your relationship, straighten everything out in court, figure out what the visitation is going to be, and make sure your son spends lots of time with his son and with his father, and get along with that guy in the meantime the best you possibly can. You have a son with him now. You've relinquished the ability and the options of just living your life on your own terms. You've got to live what's necessary and good for that boy.
Mm-hmm. Understandable. But it's not. The thing is, it's not like I don't try. I always say you can come visit, or
go straighten it out in court. Get it all. You guys clearly have trouble doing this on your own. Get it all straightened out, and then go by the rules.
Yeah,
that's it.
I mean, that's really going to be the only way you're going to have any type of solace in this whole situation.
Well, forget solace. I mean, that's going to be tough no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like a really nasty situation. But you asked what's best for the kid, and that's good, and that's what you want to do is put that as a priority. But it sounds like you're going to have to straighten it out, get visitation squared, and just make sure he spends those times with his
ultimately,
dad.
yes. And ultimately, it's not like I don't want my son to spend time with his father. It's just the stuff he's done as far as being
I get it. It's not
just kind of out of line. The respect thing has been thrown out the window on his part.
We get it.
That's why I stay away.
We get it.
I'm
mean,
afraid.
listen.
Which is why you're going to straighten out.
Christy, I believe you that maybe things are his behavior has been inappropriate, but you got to kind of take the high road for the sake of your son. And the best thing to do is just make sure that all, be as cordial as you can when you deal with him, and when you deal with him, try to deal with him as much as possible in a legal capacity.
Do it in a structured way, so you don't have to deal with all this nonsense.
Hello, Corey.
And by the way, if you can, just go to arbitration. Don't get attorneys involved.
That's what I did.
Yeah. What's up?
Hi, me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
No problem.
So I have a question. I've been smoking weed for probably, 6-7 years, for a while, and I'm trying to stop, but I've noticed that I can't really orgasm if I don't smoke. Is that normal, or is that like a behavioral thing? Like my body's been used to orgasming when I'm only high, or
you've been addicted, and now you're in withdrawal, and the withdrawal can go for about 6 months. So it can take a little while to really get your body back drug free, and things start normalizing.
Okay.
So go ahead.
I was going to ask a second question.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So I also consider myself bisexual. I've never really been with a girl that's not in like a threesome. I've never been with a girl, just a girl. But I feel like it's also really hard for me to orgasm if I don't think about women. I guess that, not that my guy doesn't get me off, but it's a lot easier if I'm kind of thinking and picturing women.
Sure.
I mean,
Okay. So that's you. I mean, I don't really know what Dr. Drew and I could do to help you kind of suss that out. I mean, whether or not you are more lesbian than you are straight is for you to find out. But I don't think you have to declare which one you are. I mean, and a lot of completely straight women fantasize about lesbian sex.
The only thing I would ask is the fact that it seems to be kind of bothering you. So that suggests this is kind of an intrusive thought, is whether you had any weird sexual encounters as a child that sort of spun you a little bit.
well, my mom was lesbian, and I guess she kind of tried to hide it from me.
That is not
and,
really. That's nothing though.
But I would walk in on her doing things like with her girlfriend. I don't know.
That's pretty intense.
That's pretty intense. How old were you when that happened?
Like 6, 7.
Okay, that needs to be dealt with. Okay.
Okay.
When things are traumatic, we are attracted to those things over and over again in ways that are kind of difficult for us to understand. And your brain's always trying to make sense of it, but it's just
like
that
curiosity.
No, it's trauma.
Oh.
It wires in a trauma, so you tend to seek out circumstances that repeat the trauma, but it doesn't feel good. It feels not right.
Well, no, I mean, the only reason I feel bad about, like, I'm not that I'm a homophobe or anything like that. I like liking women, but I feel bad that I'm with my guy and I have to think about boobs.
Right. And that's the same thing I'm telling you.
Okay.
So you need to deal with that trauma so you can integrate this all in a way that makes sense to you, in a way that's not just, it's sort of happening automatically. You have to integrate that in the rest of your emotional functioning.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Thank you, Corey.
Thank you.
1-800-LOVE-191. We only have one more break, so give us a call. If you have a problem, a question, a concern, anything you want to run by Dr. Drew, give us a ring. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. It's LoveLine.
Is all it takes. 1-800-LOVE-191. 1-800-LOVE-191. Start punching in the numbers now so you're ready when LoveLine returns.
Tune in on Real Self-Knowledge.
Yeah, buddy. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. Don't get it twisted. I packed the beef. Hello, Leslie.
Hi.
Hi, baby.
Hi. I have a dilemma right now, and it's been bothering me lately a lot. I have this friend who's currently pregnant right now. Barely, it's like in a week. It's like 2 weeks, probably. And she's been telling me she's been purposely like trying to over-exercise, like strictly restrict her diet, like really, really bad, almost like
She's
starving
been
herself.
been pregnant a week.
Yeah, well, that's what she told me. She's been like, she says like it's probably been like 2 weeks. This is really early, you know. And
So she needs to go get some counseling with somebody who can counsel her on her options. None of this is going to do anything necessarily.
yeah, I know, and I don't know. And then the other issue is like, I don't know. Well, one of the issues is I keep telling her, I don't know if it's possible for her to like, if she keeps going that way, for her to like hurt herself in some way physically.
Well, of course she can. She can hurt herself. She's still going to be pregnant in all probability. So get her to some sort of family planning operation, whether it's Planned Parenthood or somebody that can discuss options with her.
Yeah, I know. I tell her that. I'm like,
No, take her.
Yeah.
Okay, take her somewhere. She needs help. This is not going okay. She's 21 like you.
No, she's 19.
All right, she's still entitled to confidential health care. Take her.
Yeah, and another thing is, like, I don't even know, because your boyfriend's okay. He's talking to me, he's okay, and he's like, oh, I don't mind having a baby with her. You know, it's just her. And I don't know if I should be telling him anything, like, that she's been doing.
Take her to the therapeutic organization immediately. There's nothing you can say that's going to cause me to say anything else. She is struggling. She is not dealing. She needs support. She needs options. She needs education, and she needs it now. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you. Hello, Desmond.
Hi, am I on?
Yes, sir.
Oh, nice. I'm on LoveLine.
Okay.
Guys, I am a long-time listener, first-time caller. I've been listening to you guys since I was 14.
Are you in the library or in your parents' bedroom?
Why are you whispering?
I'm sorry, guys. It's my throat's been out. I've been listening to my voice recently.
Okay.
So, I have a question about erectile dysfunction.
Yes.
So, me and my girlfriend have tried to have sex on 2 separate occasions, and, you know, we go through foreplay and all the normal stuff. And as soon as she goes to put it in, I lose my erection, like, almost immediately.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm. So, are you anxious?
I went the first time, but afterward, it's just...
Are you on any medication?
No, I'm not on any medication.
Do you have any medical problems?
None that I can think of.
Okay. Majority of males have some sort of sexual dysfunction their first time out, and once that happens, sometimes they get so freaked out it's going to happen again that it does happen a few more times. So that's you.
So it's something completely normal.
Completely common.
Is there anything I can do about it, or do we just have to keep trying a few more times?
Try and calm down. Calm down.
Calm down.
I will try and calm down.
Yeah, just to get more comfortable with your girlfriend.
Calm down. Yeah.
Okay? But don't focus on the intercourse. You can we have the book on the website, New Male Sexuality.
New Male Sexuality at lovelineshow.com. Now that you took that time to mention this, Dr. Drew, follow us on Instagram. Follow the show Loveline, because it's a great little sneak peek into what goes on here at the studio. We are at Loveline.
Mm.
Hello, Scott.
Hey, guys. How are you?
We're great. How are you?
Good.
Great. So I've been with my lady for a little over 10 years. We've been married for about 7, and a couple years ago we got pregnant. And I remember I was having a conversation with my mother, and I'm pretty cool with my mom, and she was telling me to be careful because when women get pregnant, a lot of times they get super horny. So I was like really excited about that because we've always had a really, healthy relationship.
Yeah, but here's the way it typically goes. They are vomiting and sick and shut down for the first trimester.
Right.
Sometimes shut down even more in the second trimester. And then sometimes late in the third trimester, that's when they get really horny.
Right, and that's what she told me, and I was really looking forward to that. And her pregnancy was super easy. But then what ended up happening was the exact opposite. Like, she couldn't be any less interested. And we went from having a really healthy sexual relationship to nothing. And frankly, I mean, just to be honest, as she was getting bigger, I kind of lost interest too, just because I'm not really into big girls. Not that I don't think pregnant women are beautiful. It's just not my thing.
This happens to men and women. I mean, for different reasons, and that happens also.
Right. So I basically went essentially around 9 months without having sex, which is really hard for me because I'm a super sexual dude.
Okay.
So then the baby was born. She was born via C-section, and there's like 6-week recovery where you can't do anything because there's bleeding and pain and everything. And then we finally got to the point after a couple months where we were going to try again and try having sex, that is, and it was just really uncomfortable for her. She didn't complain of pain. She just complained that it was super sensitive, and just the look on her face, like I have an average sized penis, but the look on her face is like I'm shoving like a 13-inch dildo into her. You know, just
Drew knows that face very well.
So, have you talked to a gynecologist?
Well, what ended up happening is we were just about to talk to her, and we were having sex, but it just wasn't good. And then she got pregnant again.
Oh boy!
And we just had our second baby.
Yeah, this is childbearing. This is what happens. This is really common. This is not unusual at all. And if you look at marital satisfaction, curves of marital satisfaction hit their lowest point during the childbearing years and around during the grammar school years. When kids are sort of toddler and younger children age.
Right.
And that a lot of it is the fact that these hormonal changes and structural changes cause severe problems with libido. And women and men too, for some of the reasons you were describing. Right. So you need to discuss this with her doctor. There are strategies that can be used to help this out a little bit.
Okay, because we've tried all sorts of lubes and stuff, but it always is the same thing where I have to be so delicate, and I just feel like I'm not sexually myself, and I know she feels that way too.
Yes.
So it's getting to that real frustration point.
It's about the hormone levels that are circulating. She probably has an atrophic vaginitis. It's about the hormones, and that needs to be discussed. You might, if your gynecologist does not have expertise in this area, you may want to get someone who does, because there's a lot now that can be done.
Okay, excellent.
Okay?
Thanks a lot, guys.
You bet.
All right. Dr. Drew.
Oh, by the way, there's another book on our website, if you're still listening, called Why Sex Hurts, where Dr. Goldstein gets into a lot of this stuff. Why Sex Hurts at my website, drdrew.com, also on LoveLineShow.com.
Would you say Dr. Goldstein, the intelligent Jew? I mean, that's...
well, Iron Sheik has called him that many times.
Saying.
Yes.
Thank you so much to the Iron Sheik for coming on. That was amazing. And then, we're going to follow it up with a big show tomorrow night, Pennywise.
Oh, my God.
Pennywise coming.
We'll have to revisit the famous incident and maybe show the tapes and things.
Well, we have so much to talk about with Fletcher just since the last time we saw him.
Yep.
He got in a fight with an elephant.
We'll talk about it.
And lost. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number as always. And remember, in this crazy mixed-up world that makes you think that nobody cares, we do. Be good.
This has been LoveLine. The opinions expressed on LoveLine are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or the station. LoveLine is produced by Ann Ingold. Engineered by Anderson Cowan. Executive producer Norm Pattis. LoveLine is a presentation of Courtside Entertainment Group.
End of message.
The end of a perfect evening.
Something tells me the show's over.
The end of a perfect evening.
I've always admired your show.
Have you ever considered hosting your own talk show?